Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to 365 Days of Love and Miracles with A Course in Miracles. My name is Arlene Geres, and I am so glad that you are here. Please remember to listen right until the very end because we have a special treat for you. And if you enjoyed today's video, please click like and subscribe down below because this helps others to find us on YouTube. Today's lesson is lesson number 334. Before we read today's lesson, we are meant to go back and read the section, What is the Ego? The ego is idolatry, the sign of limited and separated self, born in a body, doomed to suffer and to end its life in death. It is the will that sees the will of God as enemy and takes a form in which it is denied. The ego is the proof that strength is weak and love is fearful, life is really death, and what opposes God alone is true. The ego is insane. In fear, it stands beyond the everywhere, apart from all, in separation from the infinite. In its insanity, it thinks it has become a victor over God himself, and in its terrible autonomy, it sees the will of God has been destroyed. It dreams of punishment and trembles at the figures in its dreams. Its enemies who seek to murder it before it can ensure its safety by attacking them. The Son of God is egoless. What can he know of madness and the death of God when he abides in him? What can he know of sorrow and of suffering when he lives in eternal joy? What can he know of fear and punishment, of sin and guilt, of hatred and attack, when all there is surrounding him is everlasting peace, forever conflict-free and undisturbed in deepest silence and tranquility? To know reality is not to see the ego and its thoughts, its works, its acts, its laws, and its beliefs, its dreams, its hopes, its plans for its salvation, and the cost belief in it entails. In suffering, the price for faith in it is so immense that crucifixion of the Son of God is offered daily at its darkened shrine, and blood must flow before the altar where its sickly followers prepare to die. Yet will one lily of forgiveness change the darkness into light, the altar to illusions to the shrine of life itself, and peace will be restored forever to the holy minds which God created as his Son, his dwelling place, his joy, his love, completely his, completely one with him. What a beautiful message. Let's talk about paragraph 3. The Son of God is egoless. This is Son with a capital S. Christ has no ego. And that is who we are to model ourselves after, my friends. We are learning how to let go of our ego. I don't know if anyone fully accomplishes that in their lifetime, but I know that that is the goal. We are to gradually let go of the grip that the ego has on us. Christ does not know of madness and the death of God. When we live in love, when we let go of the ego, we can let go of the idea of madness and the death of God, of sorrow and suffering, fear and punishment, sin and guilt, hatred and attack. When we are living in love, my friends, these things no longer have a hold on us. We are able to let them go completely and fully accept that we are one with God and all of creation. When we do that, we are able to have everlasting peace, be forever conflict-free and undisturbed in deepest silence and tranquility. Which do you choose, my friends? Let's read lesson 334. Today, I claim the gifts forgiveness gives. Are you ready to claim these gifts, my friends? Let's read today's lesson. I will not wait another day to find the treasures that my Father offers me. Illusions are all vain, and dreams are gone, even when they are woven out of thoughts that rest on false perceptions. Let me not accept such meager gifts again today. God's voice is offering the peace of God to all who hear and choose to follow him. This is my choice today, and so I go to find the treasures God has given me. Let's talk about it. What are the meager gifts we're talking about here? I can tell you that once upon a time, when I was much younger, I believed that such things as having money, as living in a nice house, having a nice car, having the right friends, having the right education, getting the right job, having my children be successful, and there were many more, too many to count. These were the illusions that were all vain. My world eventually crashed and tumbled, and I was basically left with nothing. Fortunately, I had a job that allowed me good benefits. I was able to take a couple of years off to just do some healing. I'll always be very, very grateful that I was able to do that. That was over 30 years ago, my friends. When I went through my dark night of the soul, I came face to face with God. I was either going to kill myself or I was going to have to accept that the meager gifts of the ego were completely valueless. They did nothing for me. They could not save me. Only God could save me from myself. And thus began my incredible walk with God, in which I have learned that the gifts of the Spirit are far beyond any of the meager gifts of the ego. What are the treasures that our Father offers us? God's voice is offering the peace of God to all who hear and choose to follow Him. Do you choose to follow Him today, my friends? Or do you want to be that person at the banquet in which every single food that you could ever imagine was laid out for you, cooked by the finest chefs in the world, and you sit over in the corner with your tiny box of dry cereal? Which will it be? To me, it's really a no-brainer. Let us accept God today. If you would like to close your eyes, I'll read today's prayer, then we'll discuss it, and I'll come back and read it one more time at the end of the lesson. I seek but the eternal, for your Son can be content with nothing less than this. What then can be his solace but what you are offering to his bewildered mind and frightened heart, to give him certainty and bring him peace? Today I would behold my brother sinless. This is your will for me, for so will I behold my sinlessness. Are you able to look at your brother as sinless, my friend? Only when we are able to do that will we be able to accept our own sinlessness. Remember, I cannot judge you without judging me. I cannot hurt you without hurting me. And I cannot love you without loving me. We are all one. When I judge you in any way, if I see you as being sinful, that is my projection of my own sinfulness. Are you content with anything less than what God has to offer, my friends? We are eternal beings. When we see ourselves as being eternal, the things of this world lose their hold on us. We can let go of what happens in this world because every one of us are going to live on forever. Thus God comes and in place of our bewildered mind gives us his peace, happiness, and security. Let's talk about our practice sessions for today. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. We are simply meant to read or listen to the lesson and then sit with the idea, today I claim the gifts forgiveness gives. What does this mean to you? Ponder it, think about it, allow it to go deep into your being. Do you accept the gifts that forgiveness gives, my friends? Are you willing to fully and completely forgive everyone and everything, and especially yourself? Today, I claim the gifts forgiveness gives. Every hour, often in between, and particularly when we're upset for any reason at all, we simply say today's idea, today I accept the gifts forgiveness gives. We sit with the idea for a minute or two, allow this idea to rise us up over whatever is going on in the world around us. In this way, we are able to reach God's gifts of perfect peace, joy, and happiness. If you would like to close your eyes, I'll read today's prayer one more time. I seek but the eternal, for your Son can be content with nothing less than this. What then can be his solace but what you are offering to his bewildered mind and frightened heart to give him certainty and bring him peace? Today I would behold my brother sinless. This is your will for me, for so will I behold my sinlessness. Amen. Thanks so much for listening right until the end. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the love. Tell your friends about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat? This is the hotel that we're staying in Tlaquepaque. La Villa de los Sueños, the Villa of Dreams. It's just a magical place. Each room kind of has its own little alcove, little seating area. There's lots of areas. Hola, buenos días.
Hola, buenos días.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Usted?
Bien, bien, gracias. Little benches everywhere. Here's a little dining area, although there's no dining room over on this side. There's a whole other section to the hotel where the dining room is. And both sections of the hotel have their own pool. Today, I claim the gifts forgiveness gives. Have a day of full forgiveness of yourself, everyone, and everything, my friends. I love you.